Hello, 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 hello. It's Sean Brady here with another fabulous podcast of the Medici Marketplace. And I'm here with member Cynthia Correll. How you doing, Cynthia?
Hey, Sean.
Not only you are a
great.
marketing genius, that's how I've been introducing you all day.
Thank you. My head is swelling.
But you, specifically, and it's a really neat niche, is a communications architect.
Yes. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I get a lot of great comments from people. It's kind of memorable. That's what I like about it.
So, big question. What's a communication architect?
Well, I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret. Just kidding. The reason I call myself a communication architect is that I work with not only the visual side, but also the text and how all of that is structured. So it's a combination of those things. And what I do when I work with my clients is first I help them simplify their messaging. But another key component is to help them figure out what is their competitive advantage, what are the differentiators, right?
Yes.
Because once you know that, to me that's the ammunition, that's the power for every business. And then once we have that identified, then how do we communicate that? Is it a website? Is it an event, a workshop? Is it collateral, marketing materials? Is it a social media campaign or an email campaign? All of those things. Right? So we really start at simplifying the complex first and then looking at that competitive advantage. And when I do that, I really like to make sure that competitive advantage has some key personal piece connected with it.
I love it.
That it makes it authentic, makes it genuine, it connects with the why.
Yes.
And all of that.
Brings it all back to you. And again, going back to Medici, right?
Yes.
Do what you do best and delegate or inspire the rest.
Yes.
So, but you're really focusing on your core strengths. Another Art Snarzik thing, right? Art's great out there, and he focuses with your personality and really expanding, doing more of you inside your personality. And I see here, how do you communicate that to your business audience so that it thrives?
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
Well, and I know I've been through one of your little workshops before, and I have my notes that I was like reviewing. I'm like, this is really good stuff.
Oh,
but I'm glad you gave me that definition and gave us that definition because you say it so much more eloquently than I.
Well, it's taken time to evolve to be able to express it that succinctly. I'm just like my clients where we try different things and it's sometimes difficult to pinpoint how we're different and how to express that. But that's exactly, I actually hired an outside consultant to help me with my branding. And I think there's so much value in that because we can't always see ourselves objectively, right?
Yes.
Sometimes it takes these outside perspectives to really hone in on
Absolutely.
that critical piece.
So I always love asking this question. I prepped you a little bit ahead of time. So what are 3 things that people could do inside of their business communication architecture that's like, oh my gosh, it's a pet peeve. Why don't you just do this? It's so simple. I know I deal with it every day. If it's so simple, just do these 3 things. It'd be so much better for you and your business and you make more money. What are a couple 3 things?
Oh, I love the way you express yourself, Sean. It's just great.
I'm an introvert.
This is fun. So the first thing is really to simplify. And it's not as easy as it sounds, right?
I know it's not because I did your workshop.
Well, what happened, in the past few years, remember when content was king? Everybody was talking about content. Just, you need to flood your prospects with all kinds of content on your website, all kinds of handouts
Right.
and all of that. And most of the people that I work with are selling services. So they're consultants, professionals that have a service that they're providing. And most of those people we consider those people to be subject matter experts.
Subject
right?
matter experts, yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Totally, yeah.
Subject
Content is king.
matter
Subject matter,
expert,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Right.
So here's the catch-22 though. Because a subject matter expert, as our badge of honor is complexity. Right?
Yes.
What we do is complex and only we can understand it, so you need us to help you, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine, except you can't convey all that complexity and expect your prospect to understand it and want to buy.
Huh.
So that's what I do for my clients, is I help them translate that complexity into simplicity.
I know you do. And so that's a lot. if someone wasn't able to get in touch with you because, I don't know, they're around the world, or maybe they don't have the funds yet ready to pay you, what's one thing they could do to simplify that communication today?
So one of the things I do when I look at complex information is I create key bullets for that information instead of delivering pages and paragraphs. Right. See if you can synthesize that information into, 3 or 5 or 7 bullets of information, key pieces.
Wow. Okay.
And that can really help you to get your point across. Remember, no one likes to read. Even blogs are becoming shorter.
Oh my gosh,
now.
yeah.
Because blogs, remember newsletters? It used to be, I have a 4-page newsletter.
And I'll read every word, every paragraph.
But now a newsletter is 2 or 3 paragraphs short with a link if you want to read more information, right?
Yes.
So think of your content that way. It's really sound bites.
Yes.
You really just want to give them the headline.
That's
give them
right.
the headline.
Well, and even, for that's one thing that we do with these podcasts and the videos is we transcribe them. And what you don't realize is that it's almost 3/4 of a page of written content per minute of recording.
Really?
Yeah, so, if this is a 10-minute recording, oh my gosh, that's 7 pages of content.
Wow.
And so think of it like Michelangelo, right? And David, like the famous sculpture David.
Yes.
It's like, it was easy. I just took away the marble that wasn't needed, and David was always inside the marble.
Wow.
Little shout back to my mom, the artist.
Sure.
See, I learned a few things, but this is very much similar, and I think that's where a lot of this stuff is going. So that simplification is
very good.
Huge, and that's just take a little bit away.
Yes.
I love that. I didn't realize that about all the content is king and pare it down. See, I learn something new on these things all the time. So that was communication. How about 2 more for the audience? Simple things.
Simple things. So one is the language that we use to communicate on our marketing materials, our website. So many times when people are first creating their marketing for their business, they are promoting themselves. They talk about, I do this, we do this. It's using the first person.
Right.
And what I recommend is that's really going to turn off your viewer, your reader.
Right.
They will. The best approach is to say, you will get this, you will experience this, and you want to talk to them from their perspective. So what I recommend is that do your first draft that maybe has all the I's and we's in it, and then sleep on it, and the next day come back to it and think of yourself as the buyer, the prospect.
Yes.
And rewrite that from their perspective. So I'll give you a good example.
Yeah, please.
So imagine a chiropractor who is a business owner. So when they have an appointment with a patient, they're thinking, I'm going to do a chiropractic adjustment on this patient. So they're thinking about the adjustment.
Okay.
So they might write in their website and their materials all about the adjustment, the treatment. But the patient is not even thinking about that. They don't even know that that's the solution.
Right.
All they can think about is the pain and the relief they're going to get.
I got a
from
pain
the
in my spine. Get it out.
Yeah, pain in my neck,
Right.
right? That's what they're thinking about. So if you can write about that and then later possibly talk about a solution is an adjustment that will free you from that pain. So try to keep that in mind. when
Yeah, like
you're
the
writing.
pain in your body going away.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
what I want to
imagine-
experience. There's a title right there
imagine
for a chiropractor.
How wonderful that'll feel. If you want that experience, then make an appointment with me or get a free consultation. That's more of the idea.
I love that. So that's 2.
Okay.
How about one more?
Okay.
Something simple somebody can implement for their business, maybe even over the weekend.
Okay, absolutely. So many times when we're selling services, we'll often have a package that is a high-priced package, right?
Yeah.
Well, I call that the big leap. It's really a big leap to go from, let's have a 30-minute conversation, and now I want you to sign up for this
The primo package.
five-figure package, right? Or 4-figure package.
Or
So
6-figure package or whatever.
6-figure, yeah.
Or, maybe it's $80. I don't know. Whatever it is. But whatever it is, it's a big thing.
Exactly. So what I recommend is unbundle your package. What you want to do is take what would be the first step of that package, and let's call that, in our minds, a test drive. So sell whatever the value is of that first step.
Sure.
Sell that first. Then your prospect gets to experience your services and for a smaller investment. And then at the end of that, it will be so much easier to sell the bigger package.
That makes sense. So instead of just starting with that $80,000 whole total marketing solution over the next 12 months, maybe all you really need to do is something for $1,000 today that'll get you comfortable with the whole shift in your business,
Yes.
how it interacts with your clients and customers, and then you can tweak it from there.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
Exactly.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that. Cool. Cynthia, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing
Thank you
this.
for asking.
Now, so that's your business and that kind of about communications architecture, but you're also a Medici Marketplace member.
Yes.
So what is it that drew you to Medici Marketplace, and what do you love about it?
Well, it's just been such a positive experience. First of all, I'm so grateful to Brett Klein for
Fabulous guy.
founding the marketplace. It
Thanks,
was
Brett
his-
and Josh Levy and Brian
Brian
Lunt,
Lunt.
the co-founders of Medici Marketplace.
You guys, well, first Brian and Josh founded Medici Media Space.
Media Space, yes.
And I've been a member there for almost a year and a half now, and it's totally helped me to grow my business. I had a record year last year.
Congratulations.
And I believe, thank you, I'm really proud of it, and I believe that my membership with Medici has been a big part of that.
Absolutely.
And then Brett came along and had this brilliant idea of starting the Un-agency.
Yeah,
the
and it really is.
marketplace.
So it's like it's a marketing agency, but it's the unagency because we have all these different experts
Yes.
for communications architecture, for digital marketing, for email marketing, for branding, like the burger and all these other,
Yes, the graphic design,
everything.
the, public relations,
website design by a few different people like Karen
Yes.
and George and
and Matt
Duryan, of course. We're I
Karen
think
Libby.
all these people were rattling off names. So we'll have
Yes.
interviews for them too.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Karen Libby and I have been business partners for several years.
Yes.
So it started when I started referring my clients to her. She started referring her clients to me, and she's brilliant at building websites.
She is.
And I would help with the strategy and the branding, and so now we're doing that within that same activity within the marketplace.
Right.
I've teamed up with Brett Klein, and we're doing the strategy session, which is really laying the groundwork for all the other marketing activities.
Oh, got it.
And
That's great.
so we're just having a fabulous time working with really innovative, interesting, amazing clients.
Yes. Well, and we get to do it with
fabulous.
amazing partners.
Yes.
That's what I
yeah.
found. It's like, wow, I was always amazed at Medici where there's all this talent in their own business, and people have had their own business success. And now this is even a subset of that where it's marketing expertise,
yes.
but there's this focused marketing expertise where it's like, oh yeah, instead of trying to be one thing to all people and I'm really just this one specific thing that I'm really great at,
yes.
I'll try to fulfill on everything, but I'm really only really good at this. And now it's like we know our backs are covered.
Oh, it's just been amazing because, it's so nice. It's almost like, I have these expert partners for my business that it's oftentimes even transparent to my clients. If they need a press release or if they need email marketing, there's Tom Ruich, Nicole Pleggy, Karen Libby with the website, Matt DeRyan. And I'm just so happy that I can become more of a problem solver for my clients instead of saying, well, I only do this piece, and you mean your goal is to increase your revenue, and I can see you need to do all this marketing, but I'm sorry, I only do this one little piece.
I focus on your architecture, your communications architecture.
But it's so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
We can, Bill Purnett, my mentor, he talks about how there are two different things. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but there's the customer and there's the client. So
I have heard about this.
Have you really?
Not from Bill, but
Okay.
it was something I learned a long time ago in sales. So yeah.
So the customer is someone that you would make a sale once, right?
Yes.
And it's more of just a transaction.
Yeah, very transactional.
And then a client.
We're at a coffee shop right now.
And,
we should hold that thought.
Yes.
We're at
yes.
Boom, the Wolf Cafe.
The Wolf.
It's good stuff. Get in here and thank you, the Wolf, because they're letting us use some of their equipment, their stage. We got some awesome background. We got this awesome authors group meeting in the back, and of course, just people being people. So you'll hear some funny sounds. That's why we're here. But it's real. So
it's cool,
and it's a fabulous place, and they got really great coffee.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite places.
Sean Hayes, you'd love this coffee. Sean Hayes is a friend of mine.
Okay.
And my realtor.
I know Sean.
Of course you do. Everybody knows Sean. Sean Hayes. But back to the client versus customer.
Oh, yes.
So
client is
customer is a transactional.
Yes.
A client is?
A client is someone that you continue to serve over time. There's always the next problem you can help them solve.
You mentioned Brett Klein.
Yes.
He always talks about, instead of focusing on transactional business, I focus on relational business, relationships. And I think that's a great distinction between customer and clients.
Yes. And it ties back into earlier, we were talking today about the go-giver mentality.
Bob Berg's book, The Go-Giver. Shout out, Bob. Hey, how you doing?
And I think if you're into the relationships, then you're really more about being a go-giver. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
We love that go-giver mentality.
Yes.
Cynthia Correll, thank you for sharing your communication architecture wisdom.
Thank you.
And a little bit about Marketplace.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Well,
I can't wait to get you on another podcast and share more fun stuff.
Sean, you've made this really fun. I love what you're doing with this. You're such a natural. You really are. So thank you.
Well, and for everybody else out there, you are welcome. And I can't wait to get another recording with you. And for everybody else out there in social media, we'll see ya on social media.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And we're getting fun. We're hearing the people in the background. You're hearing me talking like right now, but it's over applause. Yay! Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you.